What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today there is a faster, easier duplication glitch that's more effective found for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. As of version 1.1 and 1.1.1, this does work. So if this is going to be patched, then the title of this video will say patched. Secondly, I want to say, if you enjoy doing these duplication glitches, that's fine. Please don't go to other people's videos who are making videos on how to farm specific items and say, oh, that's dumb, you should just dupe items instead. If you want to cheat, that's completely on you. Don't encourage other people to cheat instead of choosing to actually play the game. That's just bad sportsmanship. And tertiarily, this is going to be a glitch that's called the transmute glitch, which if you don't know, that basically means transforming one item into another item. If you do not follow what I'm about to tell you, you are going to lose items from your inventory because they're going to be changed into different items. Let me explain how this works and then follow along, because if you jump into this haphazardly, you're going to be losing items. I'm going to start by sorting my inventory by type. Now this is better than the fuse glitch because the fuse glitch only let you duplicate things that could be fused. This will allow you to duplicate anything that can be dropped, which is better. I experimented with this for a while and then items were missing out of my inventory and I didn't understand why. So first, let me demonstrate. Don't follow this yet. This is going to work by shield surfing. If you don't know how to shield surf, hold down the shield button, jump, and then while you're in the air, tap A. That's going to let you shield surf. If you have a wing on your shield, then you're going to be jumping higher at the beginning of your shield surf. When you're in the air, you want to pause the game. From here, you have to pick an item that you only have one of. For example, this soldier construct 3-horn. I'm going to go ahead and hold this. And now, if I want to duplicate these large Zonai charges, I have 14. Let's grab 4 of them. Let's land, pick them all up. As you're going to see, I picked up my 1 soldier construct 3-horn, and now I have 18 large Zonai charges. That is the basis of this, and it works because that's the last item in my inventory. I'm going to save my game right now because I know that I'm going to be deleting an item. See how the soldier construct 3-horn is right here? If I want to do this again, I'm going to shield surf, pick an item I only have one of, this blue Hinox horn, and then I'm going to duplicate these large Zonai charges. You see that construct horn? We're going to land. I'm going to pick all my stuff up. It's gone. That's because this large Zonai charge, it wanted to make 4 of them so that it consumed the next item in my inventory, which was that soldier construct horn. That's the reason this is called the transmute glitch, because transmutation is taking one thing and transforming it into another. I'm going to now reload my game and demonstrate how you can do this effectively without losing items from your inventory. Whatever item you would like to duplicate, make sure it's the last slot in your entire inventory. So if you're going to do this for a large amount of items, like these diamonds, for example, you need to take all of them and put them in the very, very last slot, which means that you have to take every single one out of your inventory, which there is a limit to how many that could be in the overworld. Now, if I go ahead and pick all of them up, I only have 21. But now that it's the very last item in my inventory, I'm free to duplicate this diamond as many times as I want. All I have to do is shield surf, pick an item I only have one of, followed by 4 diamonds. I have 21 diamonds, hold 4, land, pick them all up. I now have 25 diamonds. Unfortunately, this blue Hinox horn is now after these diamonds, which now means that I would have to drop all these diamonds again in order to duplicate this blue Hinox horn, which obviously means you now have 3 free duplications because you have sort by type, and then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, the large Zonai charge is there. If you sort by fuse power, apparently the weakest thing is a sticky lizard because it can't be fused, and by most used, I guess that's whatever it's going to be. For me, it's the stam bulb. It could be annoying and it could be cumbersome. But if I want to drop these 3 hearty truffles, I now have 0 in my inventory, so that way when I pick them up, they're now the last item. Initiate the glitch by shield surfing, grabbing an item I only have one of, and then these big hearty truffles. I now have 6. Unfortunately, this blue Hinox horn is now at the end. So if I were to duplicate these Hearty Truffles again, this blue Hinox horn would disappear. And obviously the process of taking all of one item, dropping it to the floor, and then doing it over again can be kind of annoying. Also, if you drop more than 21 items out of your inventory, they disappear. So any item that you have more than 21 of, you cannot duplicate without sacrificing items. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop all of my silver Lionel Saber horns. They're now the last item in my inventory. Shield Surf, pick an item I only have one of, scroll to the very bottom, and grab these silver Lionel Saber horns. Land, pick up all your stuff. I now have 10 silver Lionel Saber horns. At a much more convenient concept, you can just choose to consume items out of your inventory. So when I Shield Surf, I can grab this whole raw bird, and then say, for example, I don't care about Hyrule Bass, because fun fact, I don't. They're a dime a dozen. But next to that is the Hardy Bass. I have 13 Hardy Bass and 52 Hyrule Bass, which are so useless. Let's grab all the Hardy Bass, land, and now you notice I have 48 Hyrule Bass. Grab the whole raw bird, 1748, 2144. So we changed 4 of the Hyrule Bass into Hardy Bass. Which if you really wanted to, you should do that for all your Hyrule Bass into Hardy Bass, because Hardy Bass, you cook 1, you get full restoration of hearts, and then Hyrule Bass is, you get 1 heart. So obviously it goes without saying that you have to be careful when you do this, and you need to sort of plan out what you want to consume in order to duplicate. Granted, the last item in your inventory, for me, large Zonai charges, I could just, duplicate that freely. So I'm gonna hold this one Construct Horn, Zonai charges, I now have 22. Resort my inventory. That also means that if you have a substantial amount of air, you could do this multiple times in one jump. Zonai charges, and then back, blue Hinox horn, Zonai charges, back, black Hinox horns, Zonai charges, land and collect all of the things. I have my 3 duplication items, and my 1 Zonai charge. Grab 1 item, anything below it. This large Zonite, if you want to farm that, I have 154 Zonai charges. As I pause and I come back, you're gonna see I'm down to 150. So because of that, yeah, even while you're in the air, it's actively consuming the items. Go around, gather all the large Zonite. I'm now at 17 large Zonite, and I've consumed it out of Zonai charges. This is a very powerful tool, and you have to be careful when you use it because you are going to be consuming items if you do not move them to the last slot of your inventory. A little bit of advice that I would have if you want to make this a little bit easier on yourself. So these Aracuda eyeballs, I have 6 of them. I'm going to drop them all on the floor. I'm going to pick all 6 up. They're now the last item in my inventory. Do a shield jump, blue Hinox horn, Aracuda eyeballs. Now I'm going to just pick up the Aracuda eyeballs and not the Hinox horn. I know it might be weird for you not immediately going and picking up every item. Now, as you see, they're still the last item in my inventory. Grab something I only have 1 of. 4 Aracuda eyeballs. Because they're still the last slot in my inventory, I'm free to just grab another item. More Aracuda eyeballs. 1 item. Aracuda eyeballs. Land. Go around, pick up all the items. Again, if I started to have more than 21 items sitting on the floor, then that blue Hinox horn, the first item I dropped, would have disappeared. I have the 4 items that I used for duplication, and the Aracuda eyeball right there, good to go. Of course, we could just chain off of that, just by playing off of what was in the last slot. Hold 1, grab this, pause. Major's horn is still here at the last bit. Grab this, the last item in my inventory. And by just repeating that over and over, I was able to get 6 Nadra horns. Look to the last of my inventory, Captain Construct horn, pause. Grab this and this, 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 pause. Pick all of them up. And now all of these items that I only had 1 of, I now have more than one, but this Captain Construct horn, which was the very last item, I now have 6 of. That is how you can go ahead, duplicate items using the transmute glitch without actually transmuting anything. You're just consuming the 0 width after your last item in your inventory. Or you can consume the item next to it. A great example of that, besides the Hyrule Bass to Hardy Bass, Ancient Blades, I have 487 Bright Bloom Seeds. I have already lit up all of the depths. I do not need nearly that many Bright Bloom Seeds ever in my entire life. This whole raw chicken, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all these Ancient Blades, Black Hinox Horn, all of these Ancient Blades, this horn, Ancient Blades, land, pick up all of these Ancient Blades. And all I did was consume Bright Bloom Seeds. Find your ecosystem of items that works for you, transmute whatever you want, get items. For every diamond that you want, you're gonna sacrifice a ruby. I think a lot of people are okay with that. Consume all of your flint for luminous stone, and then all of your luminous stone for amber, and then all of your amber for opal, and then all of your opal for topaz, and then all of your topaz for sapphire, then all of your sapphire for ruby, and then all of your ruby for diamonds. You could do that if you want. Completely up to you. Well guys, I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turning on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.